for today. It's the 5th of June, 2022. It's 9:08 in the morning. Some of you are sitting in church right now, and the fucking alarm is going off. I know the bell is binging right in your pocket. It's buzzing. It's telling you that I'm live on TikTok, and there you sit. You snuck off to church early this morning. I wish you hadn't done that. You'll catch me later, I'm sure, for those of you that decided to forego the weekly programming offered by those in line with the business, taking a check to mislead the masses. I can't believe it. And today, oh my goodness, today, folks, what a day. You know, nondescript Sunday, but this week we are going to see some things happen. I got to tell you, the news that I go through sometimes doesn't get reported here in mainstream media, and got turned on to some interesting stuff that's happening overseas. I think you folks might be interested in learning. But as I watched the news this morning, you know, I just noticed the players, and all these players, people being offered millions of dollars to do this and thus. Micronations, people whose populations dwarf Negroes in America, about 44 million. There are micronations all over the planet that are being offered millions of dollars. And I watched 10 nations being offered good money, baby. They turned it down. Now I'm going to watch the news. But as I watched it all unfold on the news, I noticed everybody but us is being represented on this planet. Everybody but Negroes. Everybody but Negroes. Now you listen to the topic I open with today. I want you to let that resonate within your psyche. I want you to understand. Listen to what I'm saying and frame it in your own mind, however you see fit, and we'll talk about it again. Everybody but Negro. I see it constantly. Everybody but us. Everybody but us gets, you know, the offering of millions to do this and thus, you know, the recognition of being a set apart society and perhaps, you know, set apart. I don't know that no one wants Negroes represented in mass anywhere at any time for any reason. But they will court micronations to get their support. We as a group of individuals trapped here as prisoners of war, kept here for hundreds of years and will not be released till kingdom come. They're not going to let you go. Everybody but us. Everybody but us. I mean, you got to think about what I'm saying, man. I peruse the black news every day, and it seems they've got this fixation on maintaining Negroes thus and no more. They don't court anything except our votes, which we give freely in return for nothing. Everybody but us. Everybody but us is included in reparations, recompense. They're calling for it in California. Let them call. Everybody but us. Hell no. And what that does is it points to some sort of significance involving Negroes. We're denied at every turn, every possibility to excel, to grow, to prosper as a collective unit, separate and apart. Now everybody's black, but not everybody's a Negro. and they know who Negroes represent. Isn't it odd? They go out of their way to diminish us specifically. They travel 200 miles to maintain what they call population control, to stave off the replacement theory that roams in the heads of these beings driven mad by their own fear. Everybody but us has to suffer the strange fruit extending from long past to current history, and I mean 2020, as it hangs from trees chosen by small-minded men in fear. I need you to understand that in their proximity, with them not controlling your personal environment, the fear ensues. It's best that we bring it in and we maintain our separation from these individuals. Why? Everybody but us. Everybody but us. Everybody but us gets the equal treatment. Everybody but us gets the justice meted out when someone murdered us. Everybody but us gets to, benefit from this thing they call the United Snakes of America. And they pour in from other countries, knowing there is opportunity here for everybody but us. And why do I say that? Why do I assert that as true? Because when one of us does something, they take particular note and call it the first black this or thus. And they make note of the speciality of being the first black. Anything. And we know they mean Negro. We know that. But why is that so important to you? Because it's not important to us. Every time I hear of them espousing the first Negro this, the first black that, I'm puzzled as to why that seems to apply. I don't understand it. There's a nice little bookend. It's when they accomplish whatever puts them as the first black, it's announced. And when they pass away, they make a particular note of letting you know that the first black person that did this 80 years ago has now died. Why the notoriety? Why the press? Everybody but us. Everybody but us knows who the fuck we are. Everybody but us understands the significance of Hebrews, Negro. Everybody but us seems focused and in complete understanding and awareness. And they try to keep us in the dark, but we are waking, which is good. But for so long, it's just been everybody but us. Are you starting to feel it? You tell me you're starting to fucking feel it. I know you are. We all await the kingdom. Negroes, Hebrews. Those of you that are Hebrews can identify with what I'm saying. There's no confusion. You know, in here, I'm speaking truth. The kingdom of God approaches this place. We are soon to meet God Almighty, face to face, as he comes to do away with every known kingdom on the planet currently. Done. Because that cannot stand. We can't have a contrast, a conflict. There'll be no challenge to the kingdom of God. Those of us with sense, with spiritual connection, those of us that pray, look forward to the coming replacement of the kingdoms. Well, we sit calm, we stand calm, we walk calm, we work calm. But it seems others are having an issue with dealing. I don't understand it. nervous Nellies. Nervous as cats in a rocking chair factory, for God's sake. And my advice is that you identify as quickly as possible the need to stay as far as possible away from individuals who are going as mad as possible so that you might survive, if possible. Everybody but us. Take note of that. Set apart. Hebrews, Negroes. Every one of you that identifies with the transatlantic slave trade, that's who I am talking to. That's who I'm talking about. If you are that person, then this conversation is for you. If it doesn't apply to you, then more likely you're not who I'm talking to. Now, it does not exclude those that are surely grafted in, as I learn and understand and certainly accept. But this conversation is for Negroes. Everybody but us. All right, that's it. Don't drop your phone. That was the opening, folk. I like it, you know. I do what I do. At least I got my fucking Folger. Hey! How do you think I stay so fucking amped up? I drink Folgers straight, baby. A little bit of sugar. Sometimes creamer. It's Folgers. Leave me alone. All right, let's do this. Doug Rice, 9:19 in the morning on the 5th of June, 2022. You know what I do. I open with a little bit of narrative. Let's talk about shit. Then I peruse the black news just for you. Because we got to know what the fuck's going on. And if you don't know what's going on, you might just walk around this penal colony for Negroes with a smile on your goddamn face. And we can't have that. So I give you reason to walk seriously with purpose, without a grin to fit in. Let's do this. All right, so just search Term Black News with me, whatever, you know. Follow me on Twitter, Rug Dicer. I'm also on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, Twitch. I'm everywhere you want to be. I'm like American Express, only poor. Let's continue. All right, what do we got? So, you know, I look up black news, and I see what's happening. I then report to you what I have seen. All right, flooding schools with more police is unsettling for black parents. So this gives you, you know, projection as to their intent. They want police to police black schools, you know, and schools where black children go for the purpose of policing. I mean, I need you to understand. You're on campus as a student, and there's a campus police officer there, or say a group of them. And, you know, groups of people walk by. Well, when we walk by campus police, we know they're there to monitor us. And we can feel it, their eyes on us, ready to pounce and correct any behavior that they deem unworthy. Too many times we've heard police choke holding children, searching our children. They shouldn't be in a position to touch our children. And the only thing I can tell you, black parents, is to get your goddamn children out of public schools. Get a computer, get a desk, get a clue. Enroll them in an online school where they can sit in a classroom and stare at a nice cube sectioned off Zoom call and get the same exact education they'd get if they put their lives in harm's way, traveling out of your sight to a place where you trust people are doing their job, only to find out that your child is living a nightmare of racist expression and sentiment that may, in fact, culminate in their very suicide. So I don't encourage parents to worry about schools being flooded with police. Your children don't belong in the schools. Keep them at home. Set up a desk in their room. They'll get used to it. Trust me. Moving on. All right, let's continue, baby. That's the filler music. I'm not going to play the other music for the filler. Yeah, moving on. All right. I hope you like the music. It wasn't my idea. If you don't like it, because that was the Trina's idea, but if you do like it, I approved it. Yeah. Okay, how one black leader sees trademarking Juneteenth as protecting black culture. What is this dude talking about? Mario Bowler Sr. created Juneteenth joy to celebrate black culture. What are you talking about? Black culture where? What black culture are you talking about that we're celebrating here in this country? That you need to call it Juneteenth and protect it as a way of somehow protecting. What kind of culture are you protecting? Oh, the culture that we get choked out for selling cigarettes, or the culture that we get shot on sight if we have a toy gun in our possession. Is that the culture? Oh, what culture? Oh, you mean the culture that has us laying in bed asleep, minding our fucking unconscious business to be shot dead because somebody decided to come in with a warrant and, just do us in generally for shits and giggles. Is that the black culture that you desperately want to protect is not worth protecting? I have no idea what the fuck we keep talking about. You happy here? You like what you've done here? Keep it. Those of you that are content in this madness, please get the fuck out of this goddamn life. I'm begging you, if you're with the system, if you're down with this system that does this to us, this nonsense, I mean, what's next? You're trademarking Juneteenth to protect black culture, the culture of terror, murder, injustice, unfairness, inequality. Are these the things you wish to protect? Or perhaps you'd like to go to the Confederacy Museum somewhere in Tennessee. Maybe, I don't know, let's go look at the slaves' cabins, maybe up in Louisiana. Maybe is that what you're trying to protect? That black culture? Or what are you doing? Juneteenth is bullshit. Okay, moving on. Moving on, baby. Trying to carry the show along. Okay. Hey, all right. This one caught my eye. This was from yesterday, but it says, black kids are dying inside because they feel like they have no one to turn to. Black kids are dying inside because they feel like they have no one to turn to. Which black kids are you talking about? I don't understand where that comes from. Why foment that falsehood? Why project that out there as an opinion piece so that, people read it and then associate what your lame, stupid words disassociated from any reality say? Black children are fine. No. Black children are fine. They're not dying inside. I don't see a single black child dying inside. I mean, when you start dying inside, you collect high-powered weapons, go to your school and start killing people. So I don't see that happening as a rule. I mean, you might have one off at some point, but black kids are not the ones that don't have anyone to fucking turn to. I don't know what you're talking about. Black children can turn to their black parents. Black children can turn to each other. I don't see them falling apart. I do see a certain segment of the society falling apart. I see it happening on a continuous 18-year-old goddamned basis. That they seem to be dying inside and they have no one to turn to. But it seems misapplied here. Let's move forward. Oh yeah, baby. Black news. Biden, Democrats need black voters to show up this fall, will they? Yeah, they'll show up. Yeah. They're going to show up. They're going to vote Democrat. They're going to get absolutely nothing. They're going to get shafted. The GOP is going to do the thing that they're planning to do right now. Feckless wonders that Democrats are, racist, sons of the South. They're just going to be overrun. I mean, this is what we're dealing with. And once that happens, folks, who knows what's going to fly? Lead, fur, who knows? All of it sets the tone of things. You want this vote. Let me tell you what you're doing when you're voting. You're voting for your own demise, because in either direction, we're done. If they have their way, they're going to do what they so desperately want to do to one another, which is exactly what they're doing to one another over in Europe. They feel charged up. That energy is all over the planet associated with their kin, and they are in. Ready. And after they've done the dastardly deed, after it's all dead and over, they're going to turn to Negroes. And they're going to make us culprit, the catalyst, the reason they went so hog fucking mad. And then they'll do what they are destined or prophesied to do. They'll touch God's eyeball. At some point, that's what's happening. They're after us. So don't vote. There's no win. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change. Democrats can't help you. Republicans can't help you. Nobody can help you. Your Hebrews, the only individual that can help you is on the way, and that's God Almighty. Look to the creator of all things. Like, all right, let's continue, baby. And this one's off. All right, for many black Americans, the outdoors feels off limits. But black birders want to change that. Now listen to me carefully. Now you hear me, okay? Stay your asses indoors. I don't know what you're talking about. For many black Americans, the outdoors feels off limits. The reason it feels off limits is because who the fuck's out there? So when you're out there, I don't really need you just wandering about in strangeness trying to look at birds and shit, because somebody's going to get fucking offended. You don't believe me? Let me tell you something. Anywhere they see us, it roils their ire. Pretty good, right? Okay. Let me tell you what I mean. There's a sister on a Star Wars movie. A Star Wars show. Just letting you know. And they're watching her on TV, and she's getting hate mail because she's black and in their sight. Do you understand the choice of allowing a black person into your home by viewing a program you choose to view? Being so upset that one is in your vision, you will write emails of hatred. And you think it puzzling that for many black Americans, the outdoors feels off limits? Hell yes, it does. Hell, there's no telling what will happen to you upon sight. You think I'm playing with you? Y'all better think about what I'm saying. How many of us have had it happen? And let's not toy with one another. How many of us have been out in public and a group has looked at us and you don't know what their next action might be? How many of us know and associate and can identify and understand the fact that there are some that see us and immediately are called to violent action? Let's not fool ourselves, Negroes. That is a danger. That is the reason to bring it the fuck in. Let's not kid ourselves. How many of you have felt that cold chill down your back when you know you've been spotted alone? In the wrong area, at the wrong time, at the wrong moment. And for that fleeting moment, you sense there's a decision being made. Come on. We've all been there. And we walk as small as possible, trying to get through this perilous moment, this situation that may culminate and end up in our deaths, but we walk through it, brave, unshaken, and most times we make it out alive. How many of you have been there? You know I'm telling the truth. They don't know. They don't know, do they? They don't know. They don't know. Everybody but us. I mean, You can explain that circumstance, that scenario, and they'd be hard pressed to believe that that occurs. But we all know Hebrews, don't we? You know, we all know. All right, let's continue. All right, so this story from yesterday, I don't know. I mean, using lynching imagery to get votes disrespects black people living and dead. It does, but he don't give a damn. You don't care. Stop. I mean, let's just stop. I mean, the dude did it. It's done. He did it. He took a photo. He took a video. It's done. If you think that brother did not consider that very thing, then you're crazy. Of course he did, and guess what? He did not give a damn. He did it anyway. These are the folks that are supposed to be on our side. Really? Okay, right on. So you put a noose around your neck, took a photo of it to make a point and get votes. Black man. And you're for us. Moving on. Sorry, didn't live. Hey, California calls for comprehensive reparations for black Americans. That's a hell of a headline, isn't it? California calls for comprehensive reparations for black, and nobody's picking the fuck up. I mean, this phone's just ringing and ringing. They're calling for reparations. No one's answering. No one ever will. I'm just stop. 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 All right, let's continue. I don't even want to hear it. You don't want, listen, you don't want that money. You don't want that money. You do not want that money. All right, family demands justice 2 years after deadly shooting at Black Lives Matter protest in Las Vegas. Family demands justice. Family demands justice. No. Family demands justice in the form of millions and millions of dollars from Black Lives Matter, which seems to have 46 million of the dollars that they want for justice. Can I rewrite that? No? Sorry. I tried. Let's continue, baby. Oh, here we go. For the quote-unquote deliverance of their race, black Civil War sailors, and the Medal of Honor. I mean, what? Are you out of your ever-loving minds to consider and think that some kind of remembrance of Civil War sailors who fought during the Civil War and the experiences that they had to live through in order just to die for the United States? They weren't even looking to live. They just wanted to die their way. And now, over 100 and god-awful years later, you want to reach back and remember that as you murder us. As you erase CRT, because that memory might trigger your children in school. What are we doing? This is the kind of shit that's going to trigger your kids in school. What is this? I don't know. What? Yeah, really? You want to reach back? You want to give them a medal? You want to talk about it? You want to talk about it. You want to talk about all we sacrificed? You want to talk about all the things that we've done for you? Oh, God. America, do you want to discuss, motherfuckers? Is that going to stop you from doing all the things that you love to do to us? Is that it? Is the memory of all our sacrifice putting a hindrance on your current activity? No? And shut the fuck up! I don't want to talk about that. I don't care about what we did to survive, just to die, just to be heralded hundreds of years later. Meaningless bullshit that means less than bullshit. And it's an insult. It's an absolute insult. You don't give a fuck, America. Do you understand that you don't give a goddamn about Negro? When are you going to come to terms with the fact that you, America, and I mean America in that Mitch McConnell kind of way, You don't care about Negroes. You don't have a concern about black people in this country, brought here from, from way over there in ships to work in slavery and horror. Well, you don't listen. Let's stop the facade. Stop the celebration. I want to stop the phony. You don't give a fuck about us. We're cool with that. That's the reason we have to bring it in. For all the shit that they talk to support, we are the world liberal bullshit, they've got a very strong percentage of their population that exudes, exhibits, and promotes white nationalism. And they wrap that shit in false religion. You know what I mean? And they are taking power. They're taking power. They're not allowing whatever process they thought was, fruitful for them. They're not going to let that stand. White Christian nationalism is going to take power. And they want it understood that this will be a nation made up of them. Now you better hear me. There's a panic going on within their ranks. They can smell the vanishing. The numbers don't lie. And all they do to tell us how much they love us, they want us gone. Or they want us here under their auspices, under their conditions. And that shit ain't gonna be good for us. You better wake the fuck up. Alright, let's do it. I don't care about the Civil War. I don't care about what happened. I don't care. I don't care. We want to celebrate that shit. You don't give a fuck. Why? Well, you don't stop that. Stop giving awards and shit. Stop giving fucking national. No, you know you don't give a fuck about us. Stop. Now we accept it. I am going to mention the black shooting victim, Tulsa hospital shooting victim, Dr. Preston Phillips, because God dadgummit, it's important. For God's sake, man. It's very, very important. I'm going to just close with that because it is important. Where you go, listen, to take care of your health, please look back at the face that resembles your own. Please. Don't trust anybody else with your health. Negroes. All right, here we go. That's it. That's it. Yeah, I think I stopped you from going. You were going. You were going to go to church. I know you was going to go. I tell you not to go. You're going to give money to them. You can always support my links. I mean, you don't have to. I'm just saying. If you're going to throw $20 to the passer, who can get a job. Like I do. Or you can come get some truth. You can get some black news. You can be told that you are set apart. Hebrews, a royal nation, one family, spread all over the globe. And while I bring that up, some folks are really talking to me about, we were here before they took us, and I understand that, but prophecy did have to unfold. So, segment of us absolutely brought by ships. Were some of us here? Probably. But all of us were Negroes. So, 12 chart be damned. I just wanted to mention that because I think we talked about it in pre-show. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. I got nothing else. It's Sunday. I'm going to relax. It's 9:42 in the morning. It's the 5th of fucking June. It's a Sunday. Don't you have a fucking life? Aren't you going to do something? Let me do something. All right. Hey, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I hate when it does that. Make sure to get that goddamn grin off your faces. I gotta go. That just reminded me of something. I just remembered. Hey, listen. It's Sunday. right? And though you may, you're going to take the day and get yourself settled. I want you to understand that tomorrow begins the week toward discovery. Oh, it's going to get vigorous. I'm going to talk about it all week. Oh, yes, the upcoming hearings that they're going to have starting Thursday. Exposing caucasity for all it's worth. And you need to prepare yourselves. Yes, you do. Because feelings are going to get hurt. Going to get real awkward. And as you go to work, perhaps tomorrow, I just want you to be sure. Every day you go to work till Thursday. Don't just get that goddamn grin off your face. Get that goddamn grin off your faces. That's how you do that.